Dear good people of the world, dear fans of the African Nations Championship football competition, fellow Ambazonians, if you remain quiet now and do nothing or say nothing, you will be guilty of the blood of the innocent who are being sacrificed in Ambazonia because of a one Cameroon lie. Let us all observe a moment of silence for the 11 killed, confirmed dead in Mautu, and all the innocent souls sacrificed by French Cameroon in the senseless war they declared against the people of the British Southern Cameroon's Ambazonia. A moment of silence, please. La République du Cameroon is cruel for opting to organize this African Nations Championship by all means necessary in the middle of a raging war. But you who have supported this insanity should bear the greater guilt. Enablers like Mr. Clinton and CPDM talks should be ashamed of themselves. This event is just another expensive political deception. It is an exercise in futility meant to conceal the realities of this brutal war of independence ongoing now in Ambazonia. I want everyone to know that we know French Cameroon is determined to play matches in Ambazonia, even if they will be attended only by their bloodthirsty military and some CPDM hired hoodlums. And even if they have to massacre all our populations just to create a safe corridor for this foolery. But let it be known to all who have been deceived by French Cameroon to think that an African nations championship game played in Boya or Victoria marks the end of war in Ambazonia. French Cameroon is like a child, hiding his face under a blanket and hoping the monster will disappear. French Cameroon is lying to the man on the mirror. Why don't you answer this? Did the so-called successful presidential elections in 2018 and the regional elections in 2020 in Ambazonia mark the end of the war? How can a football game organized in a stadium surrounded by armored cars in a war-torn area be celebrated as a sign of normalcy or proof of the end of an armed conflict? I think it is the very proof of the contrary. 4 years of such reckless denial have not and will not change the reality on the ground. The reality is we are at war with French Cameroon. Fellow warriors, dear Ambazonians, Ambazonian Restoration Forces, fight on your own terms, not on the enemy's terms. The Chan is a trap organized by cowards to call you out for a face-to-face. But remember, guerrillas do not go where they are invited. They go where they are least expected. So when they come, you withdraw. When they withdraw, you attack. And if you are not able to stop them, you must at least make them pay a price for violating our sovereignty. That's why the total lockdown we are about to declare and enforce for the period of these games must be the first of its kind in Ambazonia. Defaulters will be meticulously identified and treated like those idiots who massacred our mothers and babies in Mautu on Sunday. My dear people, Sunday was the darkest day in 2021 in Buea, as Paul Biya's La République du Cameroon genocidal squad invaded yet again a peaceful village in the outskirts of Buea called Mawuto and massacred our innocent citizens who were going about their activities. This gory display of monstrosity shines yet another torchlight on our daily experience in southern Cameroon in the cruel hands of our colonizers, the French Cameroon. On Sunday, January 10th, 2021, in Mawuto, a village in the outskirts of Buea local government, at about 2:20 p.m., a contingent of B terrorists entered the peaceful village around Buea with machine guns and automatic rifles. When the villagers saw them, they started running into the near bushes as usual for safety. But some were not successful in their escape, as these marauding monsters rushed after them and shot indiscriminately at them. Scores of babies, including mothers, girls, boys, and elderly people who could not make it on time to safety, were hit by bullets. As at now, many are missing. 11 are confirmed dead, while others are fighting for their lives with life-threatening injuries. This horrifying scene by this bunch of trigger-happy, soulless idiots could only be compared to a surreal horror movie. The criminal soldiers, in a bid to reduce the number of dead on the spot, carted away with some of our wounded brothers and sisters, and their whereabouts at this time remain a mystery. The village of Mawuto in Buea has been the scene of a previous massacre by French Cameroon. It was on August 14th, 2020. The victims, as in 2021, included women, children, and innocent boys and girls, well known to their community. The timing and location of this gruesome massacre of our children, women, and young unarmed southern Cameroonians are not unconnected with the French Cameroon barbaric strategy of collective punishment and intimidation of our people who are determined to boycott the African Nations Championship matches scheduled to play on our soil. My dear African Championship, Nation Championship fans, the gruesome massacres are purportedly committed by BI and terrorists for your sakes, for your comfortable enjoyment of the games in the middle of a raging war. Their motive, they say, is to serve a warning to the invisible Ambazonia restoration forces who may try to stop the outlawed marches slated for Buea and Victoria. Now, we strongly condemn this endless, senseless massacre of our innocent civilians just for being Southern Cameroonians. Unfortunately, this is just one among many genocidal crimes committed on our people daily with impunity. Once more, we call on the United Nations Security Council and the leader of the free world, the United States of America, to send a fact-finding mission to Ambazonia as a matter of extreme urgency to investigate this and other atrocity crimes committed by Biya's genocidal squads in Ambazonia since dictator Paul Biya declared war on our people in 2017. As at now, many villagers are feared dead in Mawuto, as the criminal French Cameroon soldiers have returned to the spot to hide evidence and prevent any neutral investigator from accessing the crime scenes. Some eyewitnesses have expressed fears that some of the wounded who were carted away by the terrorist soldiers may have been summarily executed and dumped in bushes or buried in mass graves. We expect the death toll to rise in the days ahead as families continue to search for their missing ones. I have charged the Department of Health and Social Services of the interim government to help find the wounded survivors and offer them every assistance we can afford. Ambazonia mourns with bereaved families and the peace-loving people of Mautu in Boya. Our hearts and prayers go to the families of the bereaved and all the wounded. On behalf of the entire people of Ambazonia, I extend our heartfelt condolences to all affected families. The enemy's monstrosity should never break our will to continue our quest for the restoration of our homeland, the British Southern Cameroon's Ambazonia. This liberation war will continue until justice prevails. Just for the purpose of emphasis, I wish to remind all those African countries whose national teams have been lured to come to have fun in our war-torn Southern Cameroon Ambazonia by coming to witness or play matches organized in our territory. They should understand that these two venues in your calendar, Limbe and Boya, are in an active war zone. As we have seen since Sunday, genocide is being perpetrated on our people in our country, in the United Nations Trust Territory of British Southern Cameroon, by the Chan hosts of this year, La République du Cameroon. Therefore, the safety of players, officials, and supporters cannot be guaranteed by any side. I also urge you to consider boycotting this senseless exercise in Boya and Limbe for moral and humanitarian reasons. The Boya massacre confirms the volatility of the war situation in our territory and the evil and lies of La République du Cameroon that say the war is over. On the contrary, the Ambazonian Restoration Forces have promised to retaliate this senseless massacre of innocent civilians. This is why we have banned all outdoor sporting events and related festivities in our territory during this time of war. I call on all Ambazonians to be united during this time of national grief. Our flags will fly at half-mast this week in honor of the massacred compatriots of Mautu Boya and other Ambazonians who have paid the ultimate price for this noble quest for our freedom. We will overcome. Viva the Federal Republic of Ambazonia. God bless Ambazonia. Thank you.